Samson's worst day ever. Today we will be looking into one of the most gripping stories from the book of Judges, the day Samson fell. Picture this, a man of immense strength, chosen by God, brought down by betrayal. This is the tale of Samson's capture. Samson, a Nazarite dedicated to God from birth, had a legendary strength that left his enemies in fear. But like any epic hero, he had a weakness, his love for Delilah. Now, Delilah wasn't just any woman, she was cunning, and the Philistine rulers saw an opportunity in her to bring Samson down. They approached her with a hefty sum of silver to uncover the secret of Samson's strength. And so, the stage was set for betrayal. Delilah began her mission with subtlety. She asked Samson, again and again, what made him so strong. Each time Samson misled her with false answers. First, he said binding him with 7 fresh bowstrings would do the trick, but when the Philistines tried it, he snapped those strings like threads. Then he claimed new ropes would render him powerless. Yet again he broke free effortlessly, but Delilah was persistent. On her 3rd attempt, Samson told her his strength would vanish if his hair was woven into a loom. She did just that while he slept, but once more he easily tore the loom apart. Driven by the promise of riches and perhaps her own desires, Delilah pressed on. Day after day she nagged and pleaded until Samson's soul was vexed to death. Finally, in a moment of weakness, Samson revealed the truth. His strength lay in his uncut hair, a symbol of his vow to God. That night, as Samson slept on Delilah's lap, she called for a man to shave off the 7 locks of his hair. His strength left him. When he awoke, the Philistines were upon him. He thought he could break free as before, but this time he was powerless. The Philistines seized him, gouged out his eyes, and bound him with bronze shackles. They paraded their captive around, believing they had triumphed over God's chosen. But little did they know, this was not the end of Samson's story. Samson's fall was a tale of betrayal and weakness, and maybe pride on Samson's part. But it was also a prelude to his redemption, an ultimate act of strength. Unnoticed by his enemies, Samson's hair slowly grew back again. As his final act, he called upon the Lord. His strength once more returned, and he pulled down the pillars of the Philistine god Dagon, thereby destroying both himself and his enemies. Samson learned, perhaps too late, that the strength he had always taken for granted came from not himself, but the Lord God of Israel. Thanks for dropping by. For more Bible stories and summaries, please like and subscribe.